Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the European Digital Ocean Pavilion, where we are going to talk about the twin ocean achievements, rather the EU, the European Union Digital Twin Ocean Achievements. What is the EU Digital Twin Ocean? We are going to find out in a couple of minutes. For those of you that are discovering this program, for those of you that work on it or work with it, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. And I am very happy to announce that we are going to be with Alain Arnaud of the Mercator Ocean International Organization, Director of the Ocean Digital Ocean Program. Pascal Lamy of the European Union Mission Restore Ocean and Waters. Thank you for being here as well. And Genevieve Pons of the Europe Jacques Delors Organization. Very happy to give the floor to my colleague Alain Arnaud, who is going to lead this discussion. Thank you for your participation. Do not hesitate to come with all of your curiosity, all of your enthusiasm. Alain Arnaud, you have the floor. Let's just give a nice round of applause to our three speakers. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we are very happy to be here with you so late in the night, almost.
Make sure that the microphone is really
you
close.
Can hear me? Okay, sorry. So I will have the pleasure first to have Mr. Pascal Lamy that is going to present, let's say, the genesis of this digital twin of the ocean. So the bright idea that was deciding that. So please, the floor is yours. And afterward, I will present, so before the floor being yours, sorry, I will present a bit what is the current status of the DTO, not too much in detail because we'll have this demonstration made by our pilots there in the capsule there. And Genevieve afterward will explain a bit what will be a possible extension of this digital twin in the future with the Ocean Pact. So Pascal, the floor is yours.
Thanks very much. So my duty tonight is to try and tell you a bit about the story of the EU digital twin, how it happened, and then, of course, we will move to the real beef, which is what it is and its potential. The digital twin is intrinsically linked to the Starfish mission, which is a specific part of the European Research and Innovation Program, which works differently from the normal watering of research and looking at what grows and what does not grow. The missions were structured a reverse way, which is determining a very ambitious objective and then aligning EU policies, including research money, to that end. And one of these missions was dedicated to the ocean, and I had the privilege to be asked to chair this. Genevieve, who's on my left, was part of this adventure from the very beginning. We started this Starfish mission with a report, which was produced by a group of experts. And the very step of this report was a sort of diagnosis. Why is the ocean in such a bad shape? What are the ingredients of this terrible evolution? Why do not we care more? And the two reasons why, at the time, we thought we did not care enough were two deficits, an emotional deficit and a science deficit. I'll leave the emotional deficit aside, although it is a very interesting story, to focus on the science deficit, with the notion that appeared quite rapidly that we do not know 2/3 of what we should know in order to properly address this huge task of regenerating the ocean and turning it back to a formidable economic and social asset. That was the sort of spirit at the time. And it happened that I had one day in October 19 having a breakfast meeting with a guy who's called François Houllier, and who at the time was just arriving at Ifremer. He's nothing to do with oceanography. He came from the forest universe, and he said to me, well, you know, I've been looking in the files I've been given to start my job. There's something interesting there, which is, how about a digital twin? I had absolutely no clue of what that meant. And then he started educating me a bit about that, and he succeeded, which shows that he has a real pedagogical talent. And this is how I got connected with Mercator Océan, with Pierre Bahurel, and with the crowd of scientific and apps designers who were already working on modeling parts of the ocean as a system in order to provide economically viable applications so that the model would be a positive business model. So that's the story. I got very much interested by that. We succeeded in putting the digital twin at its right place in the recommendations of the first board of the Starfish report, which is why we've succeeded in spending roughly 15 million a year for the last 4 years of EU research money. And there's no place on earth where such an amount of funding has been put on the digital twin. The EU is not the only place where people are working on the digital twin. They are doing it in China. They were doing this somehow in the US. But clearly, we've given a very strong financial boost to putting in place the various bits of what the digital twin is composed of, and we will hear that now, while recognizing that we are at a stage which allows us to say that there is already a proof of concept in a European digital twin, and that's what we are going to see now.
Thank you, Pascal. So I think I'm going to move to the demo. You have it, yeah? Thank you. So not the demo, but just a small vision on what is this digital twin of the ocean. So basically, we start with that. We start with what are we doing today with this prototype that Pascal mentioned. So let's say until now, with what has been done during decades in the digital ocean, we're able to have the nowcasting. What is the status of the ocean now? So with different sensors, in situ, satellites, you're able to measure that. You're able to fill the gaps with models. But the models enable us also to do the what next, so to make some provisions. What is brand new with this digital twin of the ocean is the capability to do what-if scenarios. So really, we move a step further to say, okay, what will be the change in this digital replica of the ocean if we apply some different strategy in fishing, different changes? I don't know what will be that. If we put some IPCC scenario on climate, what will be the impact on the ocean? So it's what we are doing now. This is a tool ready to answer questions. So just a very quick history, because it was explained, but we have the, let's say, the command was just in February 2022. So it's a long-term vision, but a very, very fast development we have been doing on that. With a bit less money, that's what you explained, but okay, that's okay. And we are now in this demo at UNOC. We had the first delivery of first prototype last year in June during the Digital Ocean Forum. I think it's very important to recall the key role of the Digital Ocean Forum, the DOF for us. It's not very nice in the world, but the DOF are the place when we gather the community, because this is not just something that is done by Mercator and Véliz alone. We need to have the contribution of all the communities, so we rely on the Copernicus Marine Service and its community to be feeding the system, rely on the EMONNet network and its community, because this is really key. It's not, we cannot do that alone. We need to have the support of all of you, us, whatever, for that. So basically what you're doing, but I think it's better to see the demos than to see that. We gather all this information, we put that in a big computer, you put some modeling, some AI on that, and we are able to recreate this digital replica of the system. What is interesting I'm going to go fast on that, because you know that we have seen thousands of presentations today, yesterday, on all of this. What is interesting to note is that what we're starting to include, thanks to the support of the DTO, is this modeling based on artificial intelligence. And you will understand that very quickly. This is a game changer in terms of times and computing resource needed to do some modeling. So it's thanks to that we're able to create the what-if scenarios, because if you ask a question to a model and you need to wait 6 hours to waste 1 megawatt hour of processing for that, this is not sustainable. This is not applicable. This is very complex. If you ask a question to the DTO and this is answered in 3 seconds and not wasting so much energy, you can have something that is usable. So this is that. This is the co-design of our digital twin of the ocean. You know, this comment was made by Ursula von der Leyen, President Macron, in February of 2022. We had the chance today to have the President von der Leyen coming to visit us, to have a demonstration for almost half an hour with us, or more, I don't remember. But it was very nice to see that she was happy to see what she understood perfectly, asking a lot of questions on what we are doing. So let's try to have more or less the same level of demonstration with our pilots there. They are there, look at them. They are very ready for the show. So now, but before that, sorry, let's ask Genevieve to give a bit of information on what could be an extension of that in the future, to open our mind to what will be the future of DTO. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alain. You have heard Mrs. von der Leyen as well as Mr. Macron speaking of Mission Neptune. Mission Neptune. So, if you want to put it in more poetic, even more poetic terms, it's a choice of life against a choice of something else. If you oppose Neptune to Mars, Mr. Musk has in a certain manner condemned the future of this planet, and he's looking for future elsewhere in Mars. And okay, we opt for a future on this planet. We opt for life. And I think that the digital twin can be an excellent tool to serve the future of life on this planet. In order to make it a success, we need data. And we need data not only in quantity, but also in quality. And we need interoperability of the data. And I think that this will be part of this famous Neptune mission. It's not only about exploration from space or in situ, it's also about putting in pool the data which are collected by member states or elsewhere, and trying to streamline this data and once again to make them interoperable. We strongly believe in the power of digital twins. And that's why in our manifesto for a European Ocean Pact, we have advocated not only for the European digital twin, but for regional digital twins, basin by basin. And I really hope that the digital twin, the European digital twin, and his regional children will be a big success.
Thank you, Genevieve. So